You know, it's been a while since I forgot, but I'm pretty sure when I was recording the last episode, I forgot to say, welcome back to Homestuck. If you're enjoying this, become a member. You can see it a week early. Also, like and subscribe. Anyway, last time, basically just John. John just transported his planet to the void, and now he's gonna go back in time and fix stuff. Or back in canon. I keep saying back in time because that's really essentially what it is. It's like not Homestuck time travel, it's like regular time travel. You know what I mean? Homestuck time travel, it's like a fixed endpoint where every time you time travel, the universe accounts for it as if it's already happened, essentially. But this version of time travel that John's doing is like Back to the Future time travel. We have to like worry about paradoxes and stuff, presumably, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, we're going back to the very beginning. I'm very curious to see what this episode's going to be about. So here we go. The meteor is gonna hit. The art style difference. Yikes! Well, that wasn't very helpful.
I shouldn't mess around with that moment. That's way too fundamental.
True.
Let's try this again.
Oh,
What the? Oh. Blah! Wow, no! Whatever is going on here is completely useless to history.
So true.
Let's try to get it together, John. You gotta go somewhere relevant. Try to think of something that'll help target a certain point in time. Try to think about... My sexy Daves! One of your pals!
Number 4 saw that coming. Oh, here we are. Okay.
Wait a minute. I remember this.
Is there gonna be like 3 Johns now?
Hey, you shouldn't be here. Wah.
Okay.
What the hell? Gotcha!
That was a thumbnail on a different episode. Okay. Yeah, I remember.
Stop fooling around and go find Roxy, you dumb goof. Zap.
Bob.
Who's Roxy? Ow. Wow, I can't believe how naive I was, like, a day ago. Feels like it's been longer than that. Hard to believe. I was so confused when that happened. I was sure the other me knew so much more than I did at the time. Which is kind of true, but also kind of not. Like, if I traveled back here in altered reality in some non-time travel-y way, then why do I remember doing it? Did I just make some sort of stable retcon loop? Does that even make sense? I think I did the right thing, though, zapping my other self out of there. It was like a retroactively preemptive continuity adjustment. Retroactively preemptive? What am I even talking about? This power's kind of complicated. I need to be careful. More careful. Got to come up with some better plan than zapping to wherever my stupid whims take me. I really could use some help with this, but who could I ask? Dave? He knows stuff about time travel, but then it's not really time travel, is it? No, I need someone with a different kind of skill. Someone who knows how the consequences of certain actions will play out. Someone like Rose? Is that what her powers did? I really should have taken some time to figure out what her powers did. Or maybe... Wait a minute, wait! Terezi! I think I understand what she was trying to do now. She was trying to give me a way to come back. Like, zero in on her thought signal or something. Terezi, you're a genius. I mean, you're a weirdo, but also a genius. Alright, time to see if this works. Maybe if I just think hard enough. There's no place like home. There's no place like home! There's no place like...
Home. Enter password. Home. Submit. Boop. Wait, I have 2 options? Question mark? Enter password or go back. Password hint. If you don't know the password yet, it means you're not supposed to, dummy. Go back. The password hint. It's home. Wait. What? Was that true? Hold on.
What happened? Did it work?
Oh, okay. This is back at this section. No. Okay, so it is home. I do have to hit home. Okay. Well, there we go.
Wow. Hey!
Oh, I can't believe that actually worked! Whoa, where the hell are we now? Oh, it's Meenah and Vriska. Why are we cutting to Meenah and Vriska right now? What the hell is that? Okay, whatever. It's fine. The Dark Carnival, blah. Okay. Hey, Meenah. Any idea where we are? God, it is the Dark Carnival. Okay. Any idea where we are now? I don't know. Do you think this could be the Dark Carnival? No, that shit ain't real. It's a made-up religious belief pimped out by trash clowns. Are you sure? Shell, yes. Be fake as shit. Of course the religious beliefs themselves are real, making it convenient for anyone who want to exploit those delusions for their own badass objectives. Like pulling in clams hand over flipper and ruthlessly subjugating the general public. I mean, not that I'd ever bother with a dope scheme like that, just saying. Okay, I can buy that there's no such place as the Dark Carnival, and totally get behind slamming the beliefs of people I dislike. But really, whose memory do you think this place is from? Fishka. How long you been dead now? I don't remember, to be honest. But you still ask questions like that. Whose brain this is? Where did that noise originate? I'm just curious. This is such an odd thing to encounter. Who experienced this? Some alt version of Karkat's lame ancestor? A chess creature from a distant unrelated session, after its post-reckoning getaway, who then repopulated a dead planet and started building amusement parks? I just tend to wonder things. It's in my nature. It could be anything. It could even be a random patchwork of 50 different memories, all contributing to nothing that existed in particular. Who cares where they're from? I guess now that you mention it, I don't actually. At all. Maybe I was just making conversation. Sometimes I want to shoot the breeze with you. You're cute. Yeah. So I've heard. Okay. The point is, you just gotta keep looking at the D-bubble junk and take it in stroke, no matter how messed up it is or how much you think it shouldn't exist. Take it in stroke? Yeah, like swimming stroke instead of a walking stride. Like fish and shit. I knew what you meant. I was just teasing. Why I oughta? Any character that can canonically say, why I oughta, and it makes perfect sense with the character, I think is a good character. Anyway. So, do you want to hang out here a while? Or fuck off to some other less ostentatious hodgepodge of memories? Dunno. Does it look fun to you? I don't know. Does it look fun to you? It kinda does. Yeah. It kinda really does. Yeah. So, what do you want to do first? Go on this, slowly rotating horse cylinder. Ew, fuck no. Agreed. I think I hate horses, actually. They sort of creep me out. Same. Yeah? I had a weird experience one time where I was surrounded by a bunch of horses for no reason, and it was the most ominous fucking thing. I think I've just decided that being surrounded by horses might be the ultimate bad omen. Nothing good can ever follow or proceed from those circumstances. I never seen a horse, except I guess the robot kind. Would not recommend. Sounds like a nightmare. No, just like a mediocre situation prompting a bored thumbs down. Yeah, so scratch the horse a whirl, that's out. Do any of the other rides sound fun to you? No. No? Come on, V-Circ. You don't go to amusement parks to hit up a bunch of rides for wigglers. Oh, sorry, Your Royal Highness. I forgot about these standards I was dealing with here. Then what do? You just shit around, acting cool, not giving a fuck. Being all around punk and hassling people who glance at you crooked. What people? Well, the other ghosts will eventually show up or don't. Who cares? That's fair. You know, it's been nice having you around to remind me that nothing's actually worth worrying about anymore. It's still easy to forget sometimes. But seriously, we should do something fun here. Come on, let's keep looking around. Why did we cut away from the plot so Vriska and Meenah could go on a date? What about that? What? The tattoo place. Do you want to do that? Do what? You could get a tattoo. No, No, this sounds great. We should totally get one. It would suit your look and, like, your whole punk brand so perfectly. Actually, I'm surprised you don't have one already.
What makes you think I don't?
Wait, do you?
Of course I do.
Where? Can I see?
Only if you're lucky.
Didn't anyone ever tell you? Luck is kind of my speciality.
Oh, scraw, damn it! I forgot luck's just much of your shit as it was two-faced what's-her-circ.
Wonk. Why does this scene look like it's from, like, a early 2000s sitcom? Also, what is happening to Vriska's hair? Oh, Meenah braided it, or whatever. That's right, okay. I remember. Why don't you get one? Me?
Yeah, if you think I'm getting inked up sounds so chill, then how about you first?
But I don't like tattoos.
Why not?
Because, I don't know, actually. It's just an opinion I remember feeling strongly about at one point.
Well, do you still?
I guess. I just remember having some trumped-up opinion about, like, how they looked bad, or were trying too hard, or I don't even know, really. Like ruining your body with some lame thing you'll regret someday.
You don't even have a body.
I know. Well, I do. I mean, we do, just not in the same way that felt so direly important during our brief and embarrassing stints with mortality. I guess now that I think about it, it doesn't feel like a big deal anymore. And maybe it was just a totally stupid opinion to begin with.
I'm down with that conclusion. What'll it be then?
You mean whether I should get one?
No, do you want to buy a whale? Yes, do you want a sweet tat or no?
I don't know. What would I even get?
Def something nautical.
Nautical, eh? Well, there's a shocking suggestion if I ever heard one.
Yeah, it's like a curveball, I know. But I like keeping suckers on their toes.
It's not a bad suggestion, actually. Even if quite literally the only one you're capable of at any given moment. I do generally love pirate stuff.
Hey!
Okay, you've talked me into it. I'm going to do it. I'm excited.
Oh my god, yay!
Meanwhile, the plot. Okay. Pass John.
What's going on here? Should I go? Yes, me. Yes, John. Wow, it's kind of weird talking to myself. I'm not sure if I'm a very big fan of this experience. Tell me about it. But yeah, you should get going. Trozzy's experiment worked. You'll find out all about it later. I will? Actually, I'm not sure. Now that I changed how things happened for you, you might not get the idea to come back here like I did. Which I guess means this situation is a true paradox, unlike all those lame stable time loops Dave makes. So, what does that actually mean for me? What am I supposed to do now? I don't know what it means. Unfortunately, you might not be relevant anymore. I'm the John who's learning to use his flashy powers to reconstruct the timeline, so that responsibility is on my shoulders now, not yours. Sorry, just keeping it real. Ha! Well, who knows, maybe it'll turn out well. Maybe you'll still have important things to do. I don't have all the answers. I just know Terezi and I have to talk now, and you should go. Where? Where you were going to go anyway. Go see Typhus and do the quest thing. It worked out great. Well, for me at least. Okay, I will. I do hope I still get to be relevant, but I'll try to understand if it turns out to not be the case. That's the spirit.
Nerds!
So, we did that thing with the password. We can't use that trick to our advantage, right? We can use that trick to our advantage. We can.
That's the idea. If we come up with a list of key thoughts, we should be able to do what we just did, and zero in on some of my memories and change a few things.
Like what?
Good question. We have all made a lot of mistakes. I could name a dozen terrible, stupid things people have done just off the top of my head, which if erased would probably improve the situation, and yet I don't feel like I have the credibility to hold anyone accountable other than myself. I think I would feel like a hypocrite if I tried to fix other people's mistakes.
Yeah, I know what you mean. When I try to think of what to fix, all I can do is look back on what I did wrong. I never should have let that ring out of my sight. Going back and getting the ring is the first thing I should do, right? I guess that one is kind of a no-brainer. Besides, I promised Roxy I'd get it. I kind of blew it last time. I told her I'd get it when I told her I'd get it. So maybe I shouldn't mess that up again. What do you think, Terezi? But other than that, the sky's the limit. Really, what do we do? Do I go back to when we were just starting to play the game and give us some advantages? But then, messing up our session causes this whole chain reaction. We never would have met the trolls or had any reason to scratch the session. And if we didn't scratch the session, there would never have been an alternate reality where Roxy and her pals got to play, thereby meeting us. When you start looking back and realizing how interrelated everything is, it just starts feeling like an overwhelming job to fix it. On one hand, you don't want to change so much that the reality you create is barely recognizable. You want to keep everything as similar as possible so you get to keep all the lessons you learned and the important experiences you had with your friends. But on the other hand, if you aren't going to change something substantial enough to make a real difference, why bother at all? It's like go big or go home, you know? Sort of a catch-22 when I think about it. Is there any chance of this making sense? Terezi? Terezi?
What?
Were you listening to a word I just said?
Not really.
Ah, come on, Terezi, get it together. I was saying some really deep and insightful stuff, probably. I bet Roxy would have thought it was cool. What are you doing? Are you writing on your scarf in blood?
Here.
What the hell is this?
A list of instructions. Just focus on all these key thoughts in exactly this order. For each one, do exactly what it tells you, and then quickly move on to the next one until you're done.
Huh?
Every change I'm telling you to make will have incredibly subtle consequences. However, they will be absolutely essential for creating a more favorable outcome. But only if you follow my instructions to the letter, no questions asked.
Wow. But how do you know these are the exact right things to change?
I said no questions asked!
Okay, geez, I was just curious.
You asked me to use my powers to help you. That's what I am doing. It is now your job to trust me and do what I say.
It is?
Clearly, this bloody scarf contains secret wisdoms of the mind, which a lowly human Windy Boy could never dare to fathom. And now the Windy Boy must embrace his role as the wayward heir, unbound from the ties of causality, and put all his faith in a fallen seer to bring redemption to us all.
Now I know you're full of shit.
Yes, but could you please just take the fucking scarf and do what I say?
Alright, why not?
I know it's just Wind Boy, but Windy Boy just felt better.
This is a lot of instructions. All these will take me to certain events in your life?
Ideally, yes.
Well, at least you have a plan. Who am I to say it isn't the right one?
Nobody.
Oh, snap! Terezi, did you know? Even though you're kind of a weirdo, and we probably wouldn't get along most of the time, I kind of missed you. You were one of the first trolls I ever talked to. We got off on a weird foot with your death threats and jokey antagonism. And it's almost like we never stopped being on that foot. Makes me nostalgic for simpler times. We could have developed a dynamic, but the writing didn't allow for it. Do you remember when you made those maps for me to follow? In a way, following your instructions will be like tomfoolery all over again.
I do remember. The maps I sent you were cartographic masterstrokes, and represented a shining example for all who would aspire to hoax gullible dweebs everywhere. But let's not waste good sentimentality here. You're about to stroll down memory lane with me in a more literal sense, whereas I... One moment.
Huh?
You'll need one more thing for your journey. What's your favorite color? That was a rhetorical question, numbnuts.
Oh dear.
Here. Good luck, Egbert. Not that you'll need it.
Why not?
Because we make our own luck, and you're about to prove it. Time to die.
Dead.
Wow, that was really impressive, honestly. Dying on command? Controls do that? God, you are so fucking weird.
Oh, okay. That's Jane. Oh. I was like, please don't introduce Jake to this plotline. Okay, no, it's Jane. We're good. Well, this is a fine how do you do. Excuse me? See, it's a good thing I didn't make Calliope British. Now the British person is here. Also, what's with the pink shoes? It's weird. Apologies for the intrusion, but I seem to be lost. Could you please tell me where I am?
Jane! Oops, sorry. I am not terribly experienced with the practice of in-person expressions of friendship. Jane, don't be frightened. It is me, Callie. The symbol.
Of course! Oh my goodness! What a wonderful surprise! Come here, you. This is an expression of in-person friendship we Earthlings refer to as a hug.
Hee, yes.
Forgive me, I don't recall your telling me you were named Callie. Come to think of it, I hardly remember anything at all. Not even how I got here.
I would not fret over it. Your memories should begin to return in due time. Jade here has been remembering all sorts of things, as we record her memories in our story book.
Hi, Jane.
Hello there. Why don't you join us? I'm sure you will have much to add to our story. Okay, sorry. I need to take a moment. Need a drink. You know how it is with the John voice. Doing it for too long, I get all nasally. Anyway.
I'd love to. I feel as though I could use a rest. I'm quite exhausted for some reason. I must have been walking along that yellow path for longer than I can remember. I said the same thing when I got here too.
'Tis true.
Pardon me though. I also cannot recall for the life of me whether you mentioned your friend to me, or that you were both trolls.
Ah, but we are not trolls.
Nope.
These are our troll sonas.
Troll sonas, you say? Callie helped me make mine. Aren't we adorable?
You truly are. Say, do you suppose I could make a troll sona too?
Ah! Meanwhile, might as well get started. Let's see, the first key thought is... reunion. Go get ring. Reunion? Do I have to think about the numbers too? I don't even do that. Whatever. Here goes nothing.
Oh, now you get the password, okay. Oh my god, I have to think about the numbers too. There we go.
Wow, it worked! I remember this.
Oh yeah!
Oh man, this is great! Hey guys, hey, me! You're looking almost as handsome as the other me I just saw. Don't ask, it's a long story. All I need to know is we're both looking great as usual. Dang, this was such a cool moment. Hard to believe it was only, hours ago? Days ago? Ugh, these zappy shenanigans are making me lose track of time. Whatever, it was just a really nice surprise when you all randomly appeared on my birthday and fell in the grass. I'd love to have a sweet reunion all over again with you guys. We had some great conversations here on this lonely Stonehenge planet. I really wouldn't mind listening to everything we said again, word for word, but I can't. I don't know if this makes sense, but when we all came together like this out of the blue and had our long-awaited reunion, I'm not sure if we really had earned it yet. We didn't realize it at the time, but there were still a bunch of problems waiting to happen. Like some lingering issues that were going to pull us all apart again, and make us fight to get back together once and for all. But don't worry, I'm working to overcome all those problems right now. That's why I'm here. It's also why I can't hang around all day babbling like a fool. I need to quit yapping and hit the road. See you, Carcat. Hope your pals don't take it personally, but you were always my favorite. And the shouty tie rides you're going on have this hilly planet are going to be epic and hilarious. I will never forget them. Can I take good care of them, okay? Thanks. Dave! See you in a different reality, buddy. Be sure to take care of Mr. Mayor, too. Your beautiful friendship with a cute chess man is an inspiration to us all. I hope and firmly believe it will transcend the boundaries of even the most ludicrous retcon shenanigans. Goodbye, Rose. Makes me happy to see you alive and well, even if only for a minute. I'm going to make sure I never have to watch you die again. Sorry if that sounds morbid and confusing, but yeah. And if you see her around, say hello to Roxy for me. Oh yeah, hey Terezi. I feel like this is probably some big joke you're in on too, but you don't have the slightest clue what's going on, do you? Maybe it's better that way. Anyway, the plan's going perfectly so far. A wink? I just winked. Oh yeah, time to go get that ring. I don't know what's going to happen to you all once I change stuff. Maybe I'll just stop existing. I don't have a damn clue, to be honest. But just so you know, you'll always keep existing in my heart. Okay, bye.
There's the ring.
It's there. Yes! Gotcha! Feels good to have it back. The dear, sweet, precious ring of ghost life. I'll never lose track of it again. I definitely won't let... Wait. Who was going to steal this ring again? The other Vriska with the short pirate skirt. What was her name? Meh, doesn't matter. She's probably irrelevant now.
Boom, there goes another one.
Wow, yeah.
Dude sure is busy today.
I've got to hand it to him. As far as indestructible reality-destroying monsters go, he really is tireless. Even though on some level I can tell he's probably a complete moron, his dedication and persistence is actually pretty admirable.
Holla.
How many ghosts do you think were in that bubble he just wrecked?
Dunno. Hard to give a carp, really. And not just because I'm a sociopath.
What do you mean? She's got an anchor tattoo.
He's just reclaiming souls who hanging around too long anyway. Before I died, I was already like, I ain't give a fuck about death much. I looked at it like life had a price of admission no one could afford. In the ticket taker's eye, there's no way you could ever earn your stay. So to stick around, you gotta learn to steal. But shit catches up with all thieves in the end, even the great ones. I lived like death wasn't no thing. At all times overdue. A hard stop to being you, and only chumps aren't fine with that. But then I die, and find out dying don't mean what little thing I thought it did. And all those spook-eyed souls up there scared to death of double dying. Fuck 'em!
Pixies, ever told you, for a no-bullshit fish princess, you sure have a way with words.
Yeah, you kissed my ass before, if that's what you're asking.
The Triforce! Oh my god, I think it's Link! Ooh, look, another space tragedy.
Damn!
I will say this much. All the cosmic mayhem is really quite pretty. Almost like a big man out there is putting on a fireworks display just for us.
Aw, Lord Muscle Guy's so thoughtful as fuck.
How far do you think he'll go? To find... who was it? His kid sister? Is he really going to keep smashing the black space forever until he finds her? Till it's all gone? Is it actually possible to shatter a continuum that's theoretically infinite?
Shrug!
Like I said, got to admire the guy's determination. Still, I can't imagine he's led a very enjoyable existence. I mean, sure, he thinks he has, in the way that totally delusional egomaniacal people tend to do. I bet he never had anyone in his life who was actually important to him. Someone who could have helped him see that nothing's worth that kind of obsession. That it's better to just try to be happy.
Poor Skull Guy.
Alright. I see the layers. It's not the worst ship, okay? I like Meenah. I like Vriska. I just... Ironically, the side of Vriska that Meenah brings out is too nice for me. That's the problem. She's too thoughtful. Anyway.
Okay, Bloody Scarf, where to next?
We'll do one more little time jump here. Framed.
Framed, huh? I mean, Freeform 3D, which I guess is pronounced the same way, but you have to yell it in Terezi's weird annoying voice. Wow, that was kind of a sick burn. Maybe I should be nicer to her, since she is bailing my stupid ass out of this jam. Oh, and she also died. Anyway, here I go.
Alright, here we are. Mr. Senator. Oh, wait. Is this going to be stopping Gamzee from killing people? Okay. Enter password. Whoops. You know what? I'll do it in all caps. True Terezi. The knife. Rescue the witness before he is murdered. Don't get caught. Wait, is this is about the stuffed animal?
Okay.
Huh?
So, you wanted me to steal a stuffed dragon from your room. How is this even the slight bit important to the timeline? Whatever. Maybe stealing this dragon is the most important thing to ever happen in the history of stupid time shenanigans. Who am I to judge? Okay, what's next?
I mean, I said I was going to do one more, but that was nothing, so we're going to continue.
Huh?
Don't get caught, John. Moment.
Moment? Wow, that sounds really non-specific. What moment do you mean, Terezi? Way to narrow that down. Guess I'll find out. This better be good.
Whoa.
I'm sure I mentioned after I met my spirit.
When was this? I'm trying to remember. Before she hatched. Still so vague. Was it the...
You mean on Prospect's moon?
It's Karkat. Okay, I do remember that. I remember them talking about the blood. Anyway.
Josh.
Terezia said. Okay. Hello, Dragon Sprite. Write messages on wall. Okay.
Shoosh.
In blue. You don't need him. Okay.
Well, that's very non-specific.
It's John, by the way. Confused yet, Terezi? This is actually kind of a lot of fun. I'm like the ultimate prankster now. Nana'd be so proud. It's kind of like if Doctor Who used his fancy phone booth to go around playing tricks on people, and that's all he did. Then maybe that show would be less lame. Also, Harry Anderson should be all the doctors. Wow, I should use my retcon powers to make that show happen. Wow, yeah. It's like all the superheroes say, with great power comes great responsibility. Yeah. Wonder who the him was in Terezi's note. Karkat, maybe? Man, I sure hope Terezi didn't send me on a time travel quest just to fix her fucking boyfriend problems. God damn it, Terezi.
I mean, it's gotta be Gamzee, right? But... was she really thinking about him all the way back then? I don't know. Or maybe it is Karkat. I don't know, that's weird. That's where I'm gonna end the episode, though. That one was actually consequential, so it works out. This is all going to, like, this is dominoes we're setting up, right? And it's all going to collapse into something. I do like that this is essentially saying that the reason why the timeline is doomed is because Terezi wasn't a main character for that time period. It's funny. But it does kind of make sense because she's the seer, right? That's supposed to help guide them. So, like, we only had Rose. We didn't have both, which we were supposed to. So it makes sense that events didn't go the way they were supposed to, essentially. Because they didn't have the ability to see the proper... It's like playing Skyrim, but you don't have the quest markers on. So they tell you, like, oh, go find blank in Markarth. And you're like, okay. And then you find out Markarth has, like, 50 buildings and a, like, weird mine dungeon under the town. And one of them's, like, a different quest line, so you go in that building and accidentally get tied up in it for a while. Then you come back out, and you're like, where's the quest marker? And you follow the quest marker, and it's in the palace. But the palace is gigantic, and it's just, like, stuck on the door because it broke, so it's like it's trying to send you to the palace, but you're already in the palace. And then you have to search, like, every crevice of the palace and talk to every NPC in there. But the problem is, the NPC is actually in some weird side cave, and then a ghost lady appears and tells you that you were a cannibal the whole time, and that's Skyrim. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode. Yeah, I don't know. This is interesting. I definitely like the concept. It's like the one universe breaking thing they haven't done yet, right? Like, we've created a universe in Homestuck. We've destroyed a universe in Homestuck. We've moved from one universe to another. Now we're like rewriting the events of the universe for the first time. So it feels like a natural progression, I guess, is what I'm saying. So we'll see how it works out. Maybe it'll be horrible, but maybe it'll be fine. I feel like if it was horrible, I'd hear about it more. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of stuff from Homestuck I'd heard about before, like, oh, Vriska's character is stupid, and it's super complicated. I'd even kind of heard about like the captchalogs being bullshit before I started reading, but I didn't know any of the plot details, obviously. Well, I knew I'd watched Megalovania before. And honestly, I don't know if I ever talked about this. My initial impression of Homestuck was, because people are like, there's like 3 billion characters in Homestuck. My initial impression was that it was kind of like the Walking Dead show, which I feel like I bring this show up a lot because I used to like it. And then it became like one of my least favorite shows of all time. Because what it essentially devolved into is just every season you introduce a bunch of new characters, and then like 80% of them get killed off, as well as like maybe one guy from the cast before that moment. And then you continue on to the next season where they introduce like 10 new characters and 8 of them die, and like one guy stays on, and then one guy who was from the last season also dies. And then it's like, you know, essentially the main cast is never changing, but they're just introducing characters to kill them. And in a way, that's kind of what happened with Act 5. Like, we did introduce 12 characters, and then before Act 5 was over, there was only like 6 of them left. But it felt natural because it was recounting like a huge span of time. And also the characters that they introduced, I feel like got decent screen time as well. I've complained about like Eridan and stuff, but at least I like remembered his name and all that. It's not like the Exiles where I'm like, I had to make up my own names for them because I couldn't remember the official ones because it was so long between their spans, and they never did anything particularly important. They just kind of existed to like reference the audience who was typing things in for the story. Yeah, that if I could go back in time and skip those, I probably wouldn't, but I would. Well, okay, I'd read Mr. Mayors and maybe Male Ladies. I think I would skip AR and White Queen because they're completely irrelevant. But you know, is there any other character in Homestuck who is as irrelevant as WQ or whatever? The White Queen. I feel like she's the most irrelevant character that's been introduced and has had like this, like, okay, there are more irrelevant characters, but we never like been them. You know what I mean? We never been from their perspective, and that's what I mean. I think she's the most irrelevant character that we've ever been in the perspective of at any point. Because you can make the argument that like Spade Slick and Clubs Deuce from the original, like the Troll Alternian timeline, are also pretty useless. They just introduce us to the concept of Jack Noir and his cronies. But I feel like that's still more than White Queen is used for, which is essentially just to show up and do a bunch of MacGuffin stuff and then die. I mean, I guess we were Salamancer, but even Salamancer feels more relevant as like a joke character. I don't know. Anyway, I guess that could be a fun question. Who do you think is the most irrelevant character we take the perspective of in Homestuck? Other than White Queen, which I think is like too easy of an answer. And then that feels kind of mean-spirited, so let me pick a less mean-spirited one. I've not been against doing mean-spirited ones before, but you know. I'm enjoying it at this moment, so I want to be positive. Oh, this is a tough one. Okay. Last time I asked about if you could, you know, transcend the universe to save yourself from a void session. This is a similar but different question. It's like the other thing that was going on at the time. If you could retcon one event from your life, and you don't have to tell me what it is, because, you know, it's probably embarrassing and sucks. I know mine would be. Would you do it? With the potential consequences of like a butterfly effect situation. That's the question. Ooh. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm having fun again. Yay! All right, see you next time. Bye.